Yeah, I mean, obviously, frankly, we expected a little bit more. I mean, he's played 4 tests. You've spoken about one innings. Uh, yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, we feel Padikkal offers a little bit more at this point, and yeah, I wish we could give everyone 15 or 20 tests. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And Padikkal's been in the Test squad. I mean, he was in the Test squad in Australia. Played in Dharamshala against England. Got a 50 there. So he's shown some decent form with India. So yeah, we expected a bit more from Karun on the England trip. Yeah.
Ajit, what explains the Abhimanyu Ishwan story? He's been with the team for a while. He's not part of this. What's the deal?
I mean, normally when you travel, you carry 16 or 17. You take a third opener. Here, if there is some injury or something goes wrong, you can always fly a guy out and play him. Here, you get an extra spinning all rounder in Akshar Patel, who wasn't part of the squad to England, and we only pick 15 here. So there's nothing to his story. KL Rahul and Jaiswal haven't done too badly. So at the moment, we don't need a third opener just sitting out in the squad. If need be, we can always fly him and play the test.
Ajit, what's the status on Sarfaraz Khan? He's not part of the squad. He has 4 runs.
He's been injured.
Yeah.
So, my question is like about Jasprit Bumrah. He's in the squad. So how are you looking at it? Is he available for both the test matches or one of the two? Like if you could just give us a clarity.
No, I mean this team's for both the test matches, so he's available for both the test matches. Yeah, I mean we've had a fair break after England. In fact, he didn't play the fifth test either, so there's been a bit, 5 weeks of break, and even this tournament's been fairly spaced out till this last week. So, no, he's ready and keen to play both test matches.
Ajit, why you have been a player and you have always spoken about that communication between selectors and players. So how tough it has been for you, because since 2023 India has done well. So as a selector, how do you judge yourself or your committee? Is like number of wins or trophy, like which under your selection committee their team has done exceedingly well. So it may have emboldened you to take some tough decisions for the future of the division. So as a selector, what is the challenge? To look out for the future vision and at the same time balance how we can win the trophy series and then communicate with the player. What has been your mindset, your selection committee's mindset? Could you just explain it, because there have been a lot of talk going on.
There was a press conference about West Indies India, yeah, but no, generally, I mean, you try and pick the best 15 that's available. Sometimes you've got to make decisions on certain players, which is never easy, having been a player, but you try and pick the best 15 that's available for that particular series. Of course, you have a eye on what the future holds, but your primary focus when you pick a team is for that particular series, and that's generally been the goal. Most of the test guys pick themselves. There's always 1 or 2 or 3 spots, and when you pick 15, obviously when you play at home, unlike when you travel when there are 16, maybe sometimes 17 guys, there are 2 spots less. So no, I think eventually the performances dictate who makes the team and not, and sometimes, of course, the balance in the combinations. You'll have an extra spinner in India as opposed to a seamer when you travel abroad, but that's essentially it. Yeah, I mean, it's I think most of the guys in that squad had incredible series in England, whether it was with the bat or some of them with the ball. So now we're confident that we've picked a good 15.
अजित टीम कन्सिस्टंटली चांगला परफॉर्म करते. एकच थोडासा गुगली पडला तो होम सीझन मध्ये टेस्ट खेळताना पडला. तर टीम सिलेक्ट करताना त्याचाही विचार यावेळेला केला गेलाय का वेगळा?
No, of course, Karan, WTC मुळे every test match becomes very important. So we had a terrible series against New Zealand, and it was a wake up call. It was a lesson. You don't want that repeated again. We've generally been over the last a long time very strong at home. That was after a while that we've had a few bad results, and we want to try and put it right. All these 4 test matches that we'll play at home to West Indies and to South Africa become very critical key. Before the WTC, you want to try and get as many points as possible, particularly at home. You don't want to try and it's a game, so anything's possible, but you don't want to try and let what happened against New Zealand happen again.
A question on Ravindra Jadeja being elevated to the vice captaincy role. Is it because Rishabh Pant is not there and he's the senior most, or if you can elaborate on this?
Yeah, I mean that's essentially the reason. I think Rishabh's the vice captain at the moment and a key player, but unfortunately hasn't quite recovered to make this particular Test series. We're hopeful that he'll be available for South Africa, and Jaddu's been, one of your top performers here. So with a lot of experience, that's essentially the reason.
What is the status on Rishabh Pant's injury? I mean, how long is it going to take? And will Bumrah play both the matches?
Yeah, I think I just answered with regards to Bumrah that he'll obviously the squad is picked for both games, so he's available for both games. With regards to Rishabh, I don't think he's quite made this series. He won't be ready. But like I said, we are hopeful that by the time South Africa comes around, he's 100% fit. Exact timelines, I know he's not going to make these two Test matches, but after that, he's very close to getting fit.
अजीत सर, अगर आप चैलेंजेस के बारे में बता पाएं, ये जो स्क्वाड आपने सेलेक्ट किया है, कुछ ट्रांजिशन का दौर भी है क्योंकि विराट रोहित के जाने के बाद नंबर 3 की पोजीशन है जिसपे इंग्लैंड में लगातार हम देखते रहे कि चेंजेस हुए. क्या आप इस तरीके से सोच रहे हैं अब जब आप स्क्वाड सेलेक्ट करते हैं कि एक नंबर 3 की पोजीशन पर हमें एक सेटल्ड बैटर चाहिए या फिर अदर पोजीशंस के लिए जिसमें लगातार ऊपर नीचे होता रहेगा वहां पे आपको बैटर चाहिए, तो क्या आपके जो सेलेक्टर्स हैं उनके जहन में ये है कि अभी 2-3 पोजीशंस के लिए हमें कुछ स्ट्रॉन्ग नाम वहां पर रखने हैं at this point of time?
Eventually, it's a little bit about continuity. I mean, I think एक दो बार changes हुए number 3 पे because the combination that we played an extra all-rounder down the order, and that's how we changed the combination. We needed extra. Then Reddy came into the picture, couple of the tests. So that just depends on what the captain and the coach at that point want and what balance they want to do. But as far as going forward is concerned, I mean, Sai's shown a lot of promise. We know he's a very good player, and hopefully we can give him a longish run from now on at a particular number. And when people like Virat Kohli or Rohit Sharma retire, those are big holes to fill here always. I mean, not to forget Ashwin a few months back, and Shami hasn't now played for a while. Those guys have been sort of over the last 10 years been key players for the team. So those things, but a lot of these younger guys have shown some really good signs in England, which was a really tough tour, even though we didn't win it. But there were lots of positives, and उसपे build कर सकते हैं, and hopefully going forward we can give these guys time to actually build their careers.
Yeah, Ajit, just since an India A squad has also been released today in the morning, and fresh hire who has taken a 6-month break from red ball, he has been announced as the India A captain. First it was Rajat Tiller. So is the committee potentially looking in fresh a leader in the list 50-over format?
I don't think we've discussed the 50-over format yet. At the moment, we have to pick test match the team for these 2 test matches. Look, Shreyas is a senior player. He obviously leads his franchise in IPL cricket. He's one of the senior guys. He was captain for India as well. It's not like because of that we are looking at him as a test captain. So he is. You're trying to find qualities of a leader in a lot of people, and India A sort of gives us an opportunity to see if somebody has that ability. Unfortunately, I think the statement was put out already with regards to his fitness in terms of red ball cricket. He won't be available, and that gives us chance. I mean, he's been a key player in one-day cricket over the last few years, so he gets 3 games before we go to Australia, and more than anything, we want him playing and playing well because he becomes a key member in the one-day squad.
What also explains the axing of Karun Nair, because he and Sai Sudarshan more or less had the same sort of series in England.
That question was answered. Okay.
Ajit, can you explain a bit around Ishan Kishan as well? Narayan Jagdishan obviously has been backed here, but Ishan Kishan being the part of the central contract, he's not been around the A squad or the senior squad. He's currently playing in Kolkata in West Bengal. Around Ishan Kishan, the future of Ishan Kishan.
Yeah, he's in the Irani Trophy team. Yes.
But in India A or senior team of team, will he have to play domestic cricket regularly to be back in the national?
When we picked India, he was not yet fit anyway.
Okay.
So he's fit now, and Look, I mean, Jagdishan was part of the last test match that we picked when Ishan was injured. He's a very good player, as we know, Ishan Kishan, but we'd like him to play a bit more cricket and show some performances.
Ajit, whenever Rishabh is back available, he bats at number 5. So number 6, Nitish Evans, I think, is being picked for a home series for the first time. In terms of his development, how do you see that? Do you prefer an all-rounder there, or do you think Devdutt can bat at 6 as well?
I mean, obviously Devdutt can bat. He batted number 4, I think, if I'm not wrong, in Dharamshala, and 3 in Perth. Look, I mean, these are things that eventually the captain and the coach look at what the best balance is. But Nitish showed a lot of promise, even the way he bowled at Lords, and the way he batted under pressure, second innings. So we can see that. Plus, his batting in Australia has shown he's got the potential, and he's still a young kid who's developing his game. So, no, the more he plays, the better he's going to get. And we obviously have high hopes of him. So, if he does develop into that all-rounder that you always keep looking for, does give you a lot of flexibility with the 11s that you pick and the balance you can create in the team.
Take the last one.
अजीत सर, जसप्रीत बुमराह के वर्कलोड मैनेजमेंट को आप कैसे देखते हैं? मतलब बहुत सारी क्या वो ज़्यादा रेस्ट मांग रहे हैं, क्या वो जो कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं वो सही है कि मैं इतने मैचेस खेलूंगा और इसके आगे मेरी बॉडी अलाउ नहीं कर रही है? आप एज ए चेयरमैन सेलेक्टर इसको कैसे देखते हैं?
अभी तो वो दोनों मैचेस के लिए अवेलेबल है.
नहीं, जो
सो आई मीन इट्स नॉर्मली उनके बारे में तो डिस्कशन तो फिजियोज या ट्रेनर्स के साथ होता है या कोच के साथ यूजुअली होता है. एंड ऑब्वियसली वी वांट द बेस्ट फॉर हिम, बट द टीम विल ऑलवेज कम फर्स्ट. That is always the case. He's a terrific performer, so we want him available as much as possible. But we have to be careful with him with some of the big tournaments coming as well. So, no, but I mean, it's like I said, the team always comes first.
सर मोहम्मद शमी पे कोई अपडेट है? काफी लंबे टाइम से बाहर है, कब तक मोहम्मद शमी वापस आ पाएंगे?
I mean, मेरे पास कोई अपडेट नहीं है. आई थिंक वो एक दुलीप ट्रॉफी मैच खेले हैं, बट ही इज नॉट हैड अ लॉट ऑफ क्रिकेट यार पिछले 2-3 सालों में. आई थिंक एक मैच खेले थे बंगाल के लिए और एक मैच अभी दुलीप ट्रॉफी का खेले हैं. तो एज अ परफॉर्मर हमें पता है वो क्या कर सकते हैं, बट ही विल नीड टू प्ले सम क्रिकेट.
Final one will be, yeah.
Sir, India we have seen Gurnur Brar. Is he someone kind of, you guys have handpicked from domestic as a fast bowler? Because he has not played that much first class cricket for Punjab, but we have seen him playing for India. I think, is it something that longer term they are seeing him?
We are always looking here because अभी तो we don't have a overseas tour for a while, so we've got a little bit more time to try and identify guys. He shows a lot of promise. India की tour इस time पे आई थी, तो we had an opportunity to see what he can do. Not just him, there are 3 or 4 guys, but we'll have to keep looking. Generally, we want to try and create a pool of fast bowlers because that is the toughest. I don't want to say toughest job, but certainly more injury prone. So you want enough backup, which you're trying to create and try and see who the right guys are.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thanks.